Okay, so let's complete the back testing for 2017 EURNZD. So what is the situation that we have here? Now let's start with analysis. We have a clear impulse to the upside, taking a Fibonacci from the low to the high. What do we get? A clear impulse. Do we have a retracement to the 382 yet? Not yet. So we basically still can't execute. Still can't go on the 4 hours to look for an entry. Okay, we still can't go on the 4 hours and the market just went up. Okay, perfect. Let's continue and see what the market will do. Nice impulse to the downside. Okay, so the market started a nice retracement after making a nice impulse to the downside. What does it mean? It means that we can be looking for an ICI to the downside. Taking a Fibonacci from the high to the low, the market already hit the 382 Fibonacci retracement. Let's go down on the 4 hours and let's look for an entry. Let's see if the market will provide to us a nice entry. Not yet. Okay, so this is the exact moment in which basically the environment of the market actually shifted. So what we can do, we can take a nice short. The stop loss will be above this high. What about the take profit? You already know it. Taking our Fibonacci on the retracement leg, we will have our overall downside target here. Stop loss above the high. We have a 1 to 3 risk to reward. So everything is perfect. Let's see how this will play out. Okay, so it ends up being a loss. Perfect. Okay, so let's keep going and see what is going on. So the market still moving inside of this range, not really doing anything strong. Now this push to the upside and the market basically is just pushing to the upside, made a minor push to the downside. Let's see if the market actually made it to the 382, because it already kind of retested the neckline of the W formation. Taking our Fibonacci from the low to this high, what we can see, did the market actually go for a retest of the 382? Yes, but did it actually? Okay, it didn't show any kind of possibility to actually enter the market, so we just let it go. Nothing we can do yet, so let's just continue seeing what kind of price action the market is actually creating. So at the moment the market is creating a very nice ICI to the upside. It seems like we're getting a nice ICI to the upside. Actually, let's just, I don't want to go too fast, and the market is retesting this previous resistance now turn support here. If we take the Fibonacci on this impulse, we get that the market already made it to the 61.8, now tested the 50%, and we can expect continuation higher. Let's go down on the 4 hours and see if we can get an entry on this. So it seems that actually we can be looking at our long from this area here, which is the previous resistance, now turn support, and our stop can be below this low. Take profit, you already know it according to the rules, just taking our Fibonacci from the low to the high of this impulse. We have a minus 27 that is around this area. And let's see if we get triggered. Okay, so the market created some new structure, so we have to adjust everything to the new structure that the market has created. So we now have to be looking at a long on the retest of this new structure. The stop loss, we can put it below the low. The take profit remains exactly the same. We still have our Fibonacci on the retracement, and we are still targeting the exact same minus 27. Let's see if we get triggered on a new entry. Okay, so we definitely got triggered. The market also started a nice rejection. Let's see if we can go risk-free. Perfect. Now we are risk-free on the trade. Let's see how the, okay, perfect. We have a 1 to 3.6 R with this ICI to the upside on EURNZD. Let's keep going and see basically what will happen now. What kind of situations will the market create? So the market just continues to the upside. Let's see what we can do here. Still not. Okay, so actually here we are starting to get the ICI to the downside, right? We're starting to have the possibility to be looking for a possible short. Because basically, let's see on the 4 hours, because this actually not really. I still have to wait. Basically, no. At the moment, I would we can't be looking at the short, okay? Because there's a simple thing that I didn't notice at the first time that I saw this, is that basically we have this, okay? So the market is still above this area, so we need to wait. Okay, now we can be looking for a short if the market shows something interesting on the 4 hours. But yeah, the market didn't show anything interesting. We are already at the lows, so we can't be really looking for this short here. So no short at the moment. Just let's keep going and see what will happen if the market will create some patterns that we can use. Now on the weekly, what kind of situation we have here? Nothing interesting yet. Nothing really interesting from a weekly perspective at the moment. We are at support, and yeah, nothing really interesting on the weekly. On the daily, we're now having a nice impulse to the downside. If the market will make a nice retracement, we can be looking for a short. Perfect. Yes, the market made this day retracement. We are at previous support and resistance. Let's go down on the 4 hours, and we are now looking for a short entry. Okay, the environment of the market is still bearish, but we need some structure. We can't just take the trade like this. We need to see the market give us some kind of structure. We still don't have anything. Please give us some structure. And still nothing. The market is now in a bullish environment. Okay, so now we have the structure to take the trade, because the market created a structure area here, went down, created support, broke it to the downside. Now that support is turned resistance. So if the market will retest it, we can take a short. Our take profit will be at a -27 of the Fibonacci taken on the retracement, and this will be an interesting short. Let's see if the market actually goes for our entry. Okay, we just got triggered on the trade. It seems everything is going well, at least for now. Okay, this is actually going against us. I believe we will be stopped out very soon. Still nothing. Okay, so definitely stopped out. Perfect. Let's keep going and see what we can be looking at on this pair. Okay, very strong push to the upside, very aggressive retracement. We could be looking for a long, but this retracement was extremely strong. With only 2 candles, the market covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. We can't really be looking for a short away. It doesn't seem like a retracement. It might be, but okay, this is definitely an uncommon situation in the market, so it is okay that we are on the sidelines. Even if we potentially miss this up move, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so what is the situation at the moment? The market made this very strong impulse. The market is now in a retracement phase. Now let's go on the weekly and see what kind of situation we have from a weekly perspective. So on the weekly, we are creating a nice impulse correction and impulse pattern. We have a nice impulse, we have a nice correction. We want to see the next impulse. If we take a Fibonacci from the low to the high of this impulse, what do we have? A market that is at the moment at the 61.8. From here, we want to see an up move, right? We want to see the impulse correction and impulse complete. So weekly ICI on weekly ICI, and let's see what we can do on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see if we can find an entry for the long. Obviously, at the moment, everything is still bearish, so nothing that we can really do. We have to wait. Still bearish. Okay, now we can be looking for a long, and it will be pretty simple how we will be looking at this long. We have this nice structure area here, which is the previous resistance to support. We can be looking at a nice long from here. What about our stop loss? Our stop loss will be below the low. And what about our take profit? It will be pretty simple, just taking a Fibonacci from the low to the high of the retracement. -27 is here. This is a massive trade to the upside. We can even use a bigger stop loss. Let's go for a 1 to 6 risk to reward. Massive trade. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we're now in the trade. Okay, so we're now risk free on the trade. If the market will go back down, it will be a break even. And let's see if it actually makes it to our take profit. Whoa, that is massive trade, 1 to 6.3 risk to reward. Very big ICI to the upside on the weekly time frame. Now, when you have a weekly ICIs are the best, okay, because you will have huge profit, huge risk to rewards, huge profit targets, because obviously it is the weekly time frame, so you will have massive amount of pips to actually move on. Now, what the market did here is move to the upside, down, up, down. So if the market starts a retracement, we could be looking for a short, because we have kind of a weird ICI to the downside. So we could be looking for the short, okay? Keep in mind that looking for the short, it's a little bit like weird, okay? I will definitely be looking for the short, because after all of this up move, we want to see a push to the downside, specifically after this distribution phase here. But let's see, okay, if it will be a loser, we will include it in the backtesting. If it's a winner, not, because basically I want to do the opposite. I want to always take a worst case scenario when I'm backtesting. So let's see. Okay, so definitely this was a nice ICI to the downside. Okay, it was a nice ICI to the downside. Perfect retest of previous support, turn resistance, stop loss above the high. Let's see if we actually got a 1, 2, 3. Stop loss above this high. What about our take profit, taking our Fibonacci from the high to the low? 32 hit, so we don't need to adjust our stop loss, and we have our take profit here. And overall, did we have a 1, 2, 3? Yes, we had a 1, 2, 3. So this was a nice 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. Just because it was a little bit weird situation, I will not consider it, and I like to always take worst case scenarios when I'm backtesting. But yeah, this was textbook ICI to the downside from a 4-hour perspective. Entry was perfect. So yeah, I will just not consider it, just to take always a worst case scenario. And let's see what happened. Okay, nice impulse to the downside, nice retracement. We want to see the next impulse to the downside, right? We have another ICI to the downside. So let's, well, something weird happened here on TradingView. Okay, and let's see, at the moment the environment of the market is bullish. Let's see if it will change to the downside. Okay, the environment of the market still didn't change. Now it changed. Okay, so we can be taking a short from here. What about our stop? Our stop needs to be above the high. And what about our take profit? Our take profit, taking our Fibonacci from the high to this low at the -27. Now, obviously, we're getting a very bad risk to reward, so we can't take this short. We need to wait for possibly see the market retest again this area, because if the market goes against retest this area, then we probably have a 1 to 3 risk to reward to the downside target. Yes. Okay, so basically we have to wait and see if the market will go to retest this strong zone again. It might go. It didn't really go to retest it, but let's see how basically this will play out. Okay, so anyways, it would be a break-even trade even if we took it from a little bit lower and had a stop like at this level. Anyway, it would have been a break-even trade. So EURNZD was quite a strong year in 2017. Massive risk reward on this trade. This one was a good trade. We don't want to consider it. So overall 6 are here, 5 are, 8 are, 7 are. So overall 7 are in 2019 second half. Pretty strong.